I literally never do this, but I was calling as much people as possible and just kind of telling them how I felt.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
just to make sure that I wasn't going crazy, or am I being like, am I overreacting, or am I actually alone?
In that moment, how freeing did it feel to be able to just pick up the phone and just release that energy? I mean, I'm guessing and I'm
It was
betting that
so
it was like
good.
the coolest, just the simplest text. You know what I mean? Just picking up the phone and just chatting with somebody for 2 minutes, maybe even. You could even been on the toilet when you were texting. Who knows? But whatever. You know what I'm saying? You got that out of your system, and you did it. How freeing did that feel at that moment in time?
It is freeing, and it actually makes you so much stronger. You don't even realize. Like,
Yeah.
I thought, because back in the day, I think, oh my God, if I talk about my feelings, I'm gonna look so weak, and I don't want to look weak because I'm supposed to be the strong person. But you're actually so much stronger when you actually talk about it and get through it. And it just felt, yeah, exactly, like a release that I needed, and kind of gets me back here and not so much here in my head. So
Yeah.
it was very freeing, and
We
I was reminded.
we were talking before, the lights and the cameras, all that stuff started going about, how we try to occupy our time to stay busy so we don't have those moments where we think about things too much. Guilty of it. A lot of people do it. It's been something I've worked on for ages. I mean, pursuing a dream, pursuing a goal, and you want to just stay after it because, when you do sit down and think sometimes, you know what I mean? You do get yourself all bottled up in those emotions that you have inside. When abouts did you start to kind of realize and figure like, you know what, man, I mean, was it a year ago? Was it 2 years ago? Was it when I don't know, like at what point in time in your life did you realize and you start to think like, man, let me start to work on, communicating, or you know what I mean, or not being so busy so that way I can be okay with these thoughts, good, bad, or indifferent.
Yeah, honestly, I think it started for me during COVID,
Yeah.
because I had to physically, and I had to physically be in one place, and I couldn't move even if I wanted to. That was the hardest moment for me, and I know for a lot of people,
Heck
but
yeah.
it helped me kind of just stop and think and kind of readjust, and just everything. It's just like, what am I doing? How do I move forward now that I have this massive obstacle in front of me? How do I move forward from it? And it was just literally just a matter of being silent for a while,
Yep.
and not overthinking while I'm silent too, because I know a lot of the times back in the day, I used to, whenever I was too still, I would overthink everything and make it even bigger than it actually was. But
Yep.
during COVID, I was trying to learn how to be still and not overthink, and that was where I found like a bit of peace.
For sure. Well, we all dealt with that, so can totally empathize and understand. And what were some of the things that you chose to do? Like that was when I started reading more. Definitely. I'm not gonna lie, this wasn't a good thing, but I was snacking a lot. But whatever, you know what I'm saying. Nothing wrong with a Twinkie
Everyone
here and
was.
there. Yeah, everyone was. But what were some of the things that you started to pick up, like some new habits? What were some of those things that you found out that you actually loved because you had, we all had to take a pause for a bit, and you're like, yo, I didn't know that I liked this that much.
Honestly, I think the one thing, like, I was doing everything that I would normally do, which is like home workouts and things like that, but with my family, which I
Okay.
never do. I usually work out on my own. So it was much more fun actually working out with family. Um, it was actually NFTs and crypto that I got into.
Word.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. And I was trying to I was asking my brother-in-law, like, oh, can you tell me about this? By the time he tried to explain it to me, I was like, let me just do this on my own. So I was just doing
I
my own
got this.
research. Yeah. I was like, I don't have time for this. Let me try to do this. So I was just researching and everything, trying to figure out what the hell NFTs even were, and like crypto and all that stuff. And I had, saved a bit of money, and I don't know why, but it was COVID. I was like, you know what? If I
Let's
F this
go.
up, then I'm at home anyway.
Let's go. Oh my God. What I'm
Yeah,
what I'm
I
hearing,
bet on myself.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That's exactly what I was about to say. What I'm hearing from this is that you bet on yourself, like you've done your entire life, and you took the bull by the horns, as they say, and you learned and you sought after a goal to be the best that you could be in this moment. I mean, gosh, how I hope a lot of people, and I hope that you hear this, and how often you hear this is a question that I want to ask, but God, how amazing you are to really have this drive. I mean, do you take the time to to tell yourself that, or do those closest to you hopefully reassure you that that's a very very special and unique quality, dude. Seriously.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
That's so sweet. Thank you.
Oh
Honestly,
man.
it's something I did need to hear. Um, but I just always feel like it's just a natural thing that I have that I didn't learn to have or practice. It was just something that's instilled in me, and I feel like it's just you feel like you've always got something to prove, which I don't think so anymore. But
Hmm.
there's always this thing in the back of my mind that I'm like, I'm not, I'm not too hard on myself with this anymore. But I'm like, I'm not where I need to be because my goals are this big.
Yeah.
So I need to like my drive needs to be at 100, and I need to be working harder than anybody else in this room because I feel like I have something to prove. Like that
Yeah.
Syrian refugee girl has got something to prove, and she has to be on the world stage so that other kids that were in her position or that are in similar situations can look up and be like, wow, I can do it too. And that's honestly
Yeah.
what drives me the most. And I
Yeah.
don't think about myself anymore in that position. It's just like that's just what it is, and that is my purpose, truly is.